Welcome into the latest edition of Chasers Chat, presented by Lamson Dugan Murray. I'm the voice of the Omaha Storm Chasers, Nick Batters, and this week we're chatting with Chasers pitcher Jon Bowlan. I introduced you as John. You prefer John or Jonathan?
Either one's good.
What would your mother say if I asked her?
She'd call me John, bro. Or John Boy. My parents call me John Boy. So,
any other nicknames?
like growing up, I was always John or like Double Deuce because I was 22 when I was younger. And now I'm Big Bull, Big John. There's a bunch of different nicknames.
Both you and your dad, Mark, maybe two of the best players to come out of the University of Memphis. What does that mean to the Bowlan family to have such strong ties to that school and that baseball program?
I mean, it means the world to us. We've been Memphis fans all growing up, and so, just being able to play for the hometown team and also following in my dad's footsteps has been very memorable. Yeah. And then on top of that, we're both able to share the record book together. So that's also really cool.
Growing up in Memphis, did you go to AAA games?
Yes, I did. I went to AAA games quite a bit. I really enjoyed it. I always tried throwing at the radar gun to see how hard I could get.
You mentioned sharing the record books with your dad in college. He threw a no-hitter when he played baseball. You did too in 2019, one of your first starts with the Wilmington Blue Rocks. How cool is that? What was that like?
Just going through that, it was something that, you'll never forget, that feeling of like the butterflies in the six is when you have it and then you try and break it down out per out. And so it was it was something that was a highlight of my career so far. And I want to hopefully do it again someday.
What is your start day routine like? Do you have any superstitions?
I wouldn't say I have a ton of superstitions.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
But I love Jersey Mike's, and so for lunch, I always try and get some Jersey Mike's in me. Once I get to the field, I kind of just hang out. It depends. I might show up a little later, maybe not as soon as the doors open, but just a little bit later, and I kind of lock in, hang out with the guys, and then probably about an hour and a half before I'll put my headphones in and kind of get locked in. And then I try to get some kind of food in me about 2 hours before the game. It's just hard for me to eat on start days. And so I've gone to like Uncrustables now. And so it's just, I feel like that's good fuel.
In your career, you've been both a high pants and low pants guy. First, I want to ask, which do you prefer right now? And is it the pants high or the socks high in that situation?
Man. So this is the first year I really haven't worn my pants up.
Yeah. So that answers that question. You think it's pants up?
Yeah, I think pants. Yeah, it's definitely pants up, not high socks. No, we don't do that. But yeah, definitely pants up guy. Because I did it all growing up whenever I was little. And then this year, kind of like after going through rehab and stuff, I've kind of just kept them down. And it was pretty good earlier in the year because it was a little cooler. And now, it's been a little hot recently. And so I'm sure I'll go back to it eventually, but I'll probably just ride out what I'm going with now.
I know you haven't been with the Storm Chasers all that long. Do you have a favorite Storm Chasers jersey right now?
I think the Cattleman, that was a good one. I really liked that one a lot. And then we also had the Negro League throwback one, with the O on the hat, the gray hat. That thing's sick too. And so, there's been a lot of different hats and jerseys, and it's super cool. And then tomorrow, we got the Corn Chasers, right? And so that'll be interesting. It'll be my first time ever throwing in like a special jersey.
Do you have to add 3 people to those that you're going out golfing with? Who are you spending the day on the course with?
Just people in general?
People in general, anyone in history, baseball or otherwise.
John Smoltz, first of all, he's a great golfer.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Tiger Woods would be really cool because he'd be like super chill. Yeah. And he'd be doing all these crazy shots. And you'd be like, how the heck did that happen?
Yeah.
And then DJ Khaled, so he gotten into golf a lot.
Yeah.
And so I see his videos online, and so it's super cool on his approach to the game too. I just want a group that's like just a good time, not trying to overdo stuff. And then there's a bunch of other people too as well. But those are just guys that come to my mind.
Tell me what it was like growing up in a household with 3 sisters where you and your dad are the only guys.
Yeah, it was something. I can tell you that much. Saw a lot, learned a lot. Yeah. And it also helped me tap into emotions that, that guys might not see, and so you get to understand certain situations, different people, and stuff like that. I also learned approach life in a different way too. With my sister right above me, she's deaf and Down syndrome, and it was just, she's always happy. There's always a smile on her face, and then my oldest sister, she's a hard worker, works her tail off every day to provide for her kids. And then my second oldest sister, she's special. faith, very strong in faith, and so that's helped me along the way.
Yeah.
All three of them, I wouldn't be who I am without them.
Yeah.
Because they're so special to me and they mean so much. And I'm a big family guy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and so it was definitely fun and annoying at times, frustrating, but overall, I'm so grateful for them and everything that they taught me.
Yeah. Well, you segued perfectly into the last question, John. Our social media manager needed a deep dive on your Instagram, and I found a really cool picture of you and your sister Emily. Take me through this picture. What's going on here?
So that's me and him. We're on Bill Street right there, and it was a best buddies walk that we had in college.
Yeah.
And so we all went on like a little field trip type thing in college, and we went down to Bill Street and we kind of walked all the kids around. We all had buddies, and that was just a fun picture. They brought bubbles, and me and Emily just we're just having fun with it, and it just ended up, yeah, that's a great picture, and it's very special because you can look back at those memories and be like, that's what keeps me going each and every day.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, John, really appreciate the time. Good to get to know you here on Chasers Chat. Best of luck the rest of the way, and looking forward to seeing what's in store for you the rest of this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.